Hello, Mr. Horse here. At your service, as always. Very happy to finally finish The Times They Are A-Changin. This is part 5. So it's about the 5th verse, which is the concluding. It's like an essay, 5-paragraph essay. You have introduction, and in this introduction of the song, first verse, talk about the background, the background information. We were given the background information of what is going to happen in 2020. And then, we talk about, the media, news media, we talk about politics, political affairs. We talk about society in terms of school and home. And this is the concluding paragraph. Conclusion. So in this verse, Mr. Dylan provided the philosophical / psychological explanation of what is going on today. Okay. So anyway, it's a very, very interesting. This is probably the most important verse. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. The line, it is strong, the curse, it is cast, and the slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, for the first one now will later be last. All the times they are changing. That's the concluding verse. So, what is going on? Based on Mr. Dylan's interpretation, analysis, what's going on is, this is, see? The line is strong, the line, it is strong, the curse, it is past. And the slow one now will later be fast. Listen to that line. The slow one now will later be fast. Now, you might ask, how is it possible? Why is the slow one now will be fast later? Right? Doesn't make any sense. Okay. The slow one now will later be fast. As the present now will later be past. Now, the present now will later be past. Now, that makes sense. That's a natural order. That's a natural progression of time, the passing of time. Future, present, past. You can't put present before future, ahead of future. You can't put past ahead of the present. So you're gonna go from future, the future become the present, and the present eventually become the past. Now that is natural order. That's a natural order. You cannot change it. No matter what you do, you cannot change it. You cannot defy a natural order. Okay. Well, just like you cannot defy the law of physics, right? Gravity, for example. So that's a natural order. But the other one, the slow one now will later be fast, right? No. The curves. Yes, ma'am. And the slow one now will later be fast. Slow one now will later be fast. Slow become fast, and then continue. The order is rapid, order is rapidly fading. And the first one now will later be last. For all the times they are changing. Now, the slow one now becomes fast later. The first one now become last later. The loser now become winner later. Now, those three belong to the same kind of order, which is not natural, a natural order. It's different from the present now will later be past. That's a natural order. Okay, nothing can change that. But as you can see, loser, all a loser now will be loser now, will be later to win. For all the times they are changing. The loser now will later to win. So one now later be. That line was drawn, the curves pass, and the slow one now will later be fast. And the order is rapidly fading. For the first one now will later be last. For all the times they are changing. Now, I don't know if you ask this question. I mean, if you listen to it, the words, it sounds flows pretty well. Okay. It flows really well in the rhyme. Okay, the slow one now will later be fast. As it just like as in the present now will later be past. The first one will later be last. Well, times are changing. Okay, that's also in the Bible. The first one now will. How did that happen? How did that happen? How can the loser now will later be fast, be the winner to win? These three lines are saying the same thing, really, point to the same phenomenon. Okay, the loser now going to win later. Why are they losers today, right now? Why are they slow? Why are they the last? Are they? Do they deliberately? Do they move slowly? Do they lose deliberately on purpose? They have the ability to move fast. They have the ability to win. They have the ability to be the first, but for some reason we don't understand that they choose not to do it. They choose to move slowly. They choose to lose, and then they choose to be the last. Okay, that's one possibility. Otherwise, how can they become suddenly they become the winner? They become faster, right? It really doesn't make any sense. Or maybe they lost, they lose, they are slow because someone controlled them. They were under some control, so they couldn't move faster than other people, or as fast as other people. They right, they are at some kind of disadvantage. Otherwise, how can they become right? Or a I think the third possibility is if you change the rules, you change the expectations. I mean, you just change the rules of the game, right? So, for example, I mean, if you want the most competent people, smart, most intelligent people to rule your country, you can you can have a test. Civil servants, civil service, examination. You can select the, the people who score highest, which is the smartest people. Or you can select people who score the lowest. Of course, you have to not reveal that you are going to select people who score the lowest, because everybody can score 0. I mean, if you know that, okay, well, you take this test, and people who have the lowest scores going to be selected to be government officials or to be doctors, I mean, to go into a medical school, for example, or, to become engineers. Now the people who score the highest, we can change the rules. We can change the criteria, right? And then we can have different outcomes. So then, if that's the case, if we just we just discard the most intelligent people, we choose the most ignorant people who are most stupid, and we can have them to go to enter medical school or engineering school or government positions. Then the losers now will later be winners. The slow one now will later be fast, and the last will later be first. I think. See, we're talking about inversion. Now, Mr. Dillon, he didn't say, directly, well, we live in a time, in an age of inversion, but that's what he infers. That's what he is, hinting at. Inversion. Everything's upside down. We live in a society, I'm sorry, I mean, to an extent in Taiwan in the East, but I mean, we still have some standards. I mean, we still adhere to, to an extent, traditional standards. Okay, but not like in the West, completely upside down. All right. So if you have a beauty contest, for example, now in the past, it would be women. They are most attractive. They're going to win the prizes. But today is the women who are the most unattractive. They're going to win the prizes. So you see, upside down, inversion, right? The losers in the past, now they are the winners, right? In the past, smart people go to college, they get good jobs. They go to good college, good university, get good jobs. Today, it's the not very smart people. They go to good college, good university, and they get good jobs. They earn a lot of money. So it's also inversion, see? Because we made it this way. Not we, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the American people. The Western people, they make it this way. Okay? They don't want competent people. They don't want smart people, beautiful people to have good life. They want the opposite. People who are stupid, ignorant, who are rotten, who are corrupt, immoral. Those people to have good life. See? That's what the song is about. The times they are a-changin. It really has changed. Not just changing. It's been changing for the last 55 years, 56 years. Now it has completely changed. You see how brilliant Mr. Bob Dylan is. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.